attributed the U.S. government's claim of genocide against Christians as failure of the U.S. intelligence. Mr. Isa Oniru said the government's effort to address insecurity are yielding result. The NOA DG also highlighted Nigeria's progress in combating insecurity, including the recent arrest of 2 major terrorist leaders and the country's removal from the grey list of nations not doing well in tracking illicit funds. Meanwhile, a special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on policy communication, Daniel Bwala, says it is diplomatically inappropriate for the U.S. government to undertake military action in Nigeria without the consent of the federal government. Speaking in an interview with the BBC World Service, Bwala said Nigeria remains a sovereign country and that any form of intervention on insecurity should be collaborative. Bwala said the issues will be addressed when the U.S. leader and President Bola Tinubu meet. He said President Trump's interest in the fight against Boko Haram extremists in Nigeria is welcome, but added that such a move must be guided by data. Mr. Bwala's position was corroborated by security expert Kabir Adamu, who says the designation may have been based on inaccurate or incomplete information rather than on ground realities.
There are killings, and those killings spread across all the faiths. They are not based on the targeting of any particular faith. However, for some reasons, which I think is associated with local U.S. politics, the United States government is pursuing the agenda to say the killings are targeted.
Adamu also downplayed suggestions that the U.S. decision was a response to Vice President Kashim Shettima's address at the United Nations General Assembly. He said there had been early indications that the U.S. was considering the designation months before the UN meeting.
In July, the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom released its report on Nigeria, and the report was very clear. It called on the Trump administration to reimpose sanctions on us. Before then, in March, the U.S. Congress had also done the same thing. And what have we done as a country to mitigate that, to stop it? Not much, actually.
But for the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, the U.S. claim of genocide was caused by opposition politicians. Wike, who's a member of the opposition PDP, spoke on Channels Television on Monday. He claimed that the aim of the opposition is to take over power from President Bola Tinubu. He described the move as politics taking too far, adding that their plans will fail. But the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last general election, Peter Obi, has a different opinion. He believes that the designation of Nigeria as country of particular concern is a consequence of a lack of competent and committed leadership, as well as poor, prudent deployment of available resources. Writing on his X handle, Obi said the recent pronouncement by the U.S. government should give every well-meaning Nigerian serious concern. He said the terrible situation is significantly avoidable with competent leadership and governance. The former governor of Anambra State said while the insecurity did not start with the present government, he criticized the government for lack and absence of competence, commitment, prudent use of resources, patriotism, and passion to effectively galvanize, and lead Nigeria out of insecurity. Back home, a constitutional lawyer, Professor Richard Mukocha, shared a slightly different opinion. He's of the opinion that the recent concern expressed by the U.S. is driven by economic interests and not humanitarian reasons. Professor Mukocha, who is also a lecturer at the Department of Public Law, River State University, spoke with correspondent Mekotoka.
The United States does not act in the interest of anybody. It acts in its economic interest. Evidence is there everywhere. Their involvement in a number of other countries that they have gone into has left those places in chaos. Nigeria does have things that will interest the United States, and that's why they will turn their attention here. They haven't turned attention to Gaza, where clear genocide is going on, and the whole world is condemning it. So it's about economics for them. It's not about saving Nigerians. They have no interest in who lives and who does not.
The lawyer said the federal government can effectively tackle insecurity if it restructures the armed forces and stops playing politics with human lives.
I think if the government decides to stop playing politics, gives 2027 a break, and focus on ending insurgency, they will end it in a short time, because this insurgency is not built on something sensitive and something. It's not like people fighting to protect their land the way the Niger Delta people engage in militancy because of injustice or extraction of their resources without it. This other one has no cause.
Our correspondent also went to town to sample the opinion of residents. Have a listen to their different views.
Even though you want to come today, I'm ready. Yes, I'm from Ahoda. I know what I'm saying, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's a welcome development if you come. No breathing of space, you can see. No freedom of worship. Only Christianity will not have freedom of worship.
Since we cannot take care of the condition of things in Nigeria, left to me, I would like Donald Trump to come.
And the killing is too much, so we are highly upon him. We are happy to hear that.
I want Donald Trump to send a voice to come to Nigeria. Those rubbish should be stopped. Yes, that's my opinion.
To me, I don't see it as anything. Rather, Nigeria is a sovereign state. Donald Trump should take care of the United States, not Nigeria. We know we have problem about challenges, insecurity everywhere that our politicians is causing for us. I don't think that they have anything good to do for us Nigerians.
The U.S. President Donald Trump on Saturday said he had asked the U.S. Defense Department to prepare for possible military action in Nigeria if the government continues to allow the killing of Christians. Still on this, earlier reports on social media suggesting that President Bola Tinubu will be traveling to the U.S. to meet with Vice President J.D. Vance are not true. After all, now this is according to presidential aide Temitope Ajayi, who dismissed the report. In a statement, Ajayi said if President Tinubu is going to the White House, he will not be going to see a vice president. Still talking security meetings, the National Security Advisor NSA Nuhu Ribadu on Monday met with service chiefs and heads of security and intelligence agencies. The meeting is over the threat by the U.S. President Donald Trump to deploy military to Nigeria over allegations of Christian genocide in the country. Monday's meeting comes amid reports that the Chadian president announced the closure of its border with Nigeria. President Muhammad Idris Deby Itno directed the move following intelligence report that armed groups from northern Nigeria were planning to cross into Chad. President Deby said no armed group or foreign force would be allowed to enter Chadian territory under any guise. Now, the border closure follows growing reports and speculation about alleged U.S. military activities in parts of West Africa. Still on this, clergyman Ezekiel Dachomo is alleging that security agencies in the state have been inactive in the face of the violence against Christians in the north. Speaking on Nigerian 4FM's Morning Crossfire, Dachomo accused them of often refusing to intervene until they receive direct orders from their bosses to intervene. Dachomo added that people living in constant fear, with many persons killed in several villages in recent times. He said the killings have persisted despite multiple administrations coming and going, and highlighted that Christian women are particularly targeted, with some even abducted from hospitals.
The truth is that we have been passing through this land from 2001 up till date. Government comes, government goes, and nothing is being done. This time around, the thing went worse. Our women have been dominated. If they are very stubborn to resist raping the children. Normally, when we cry, nobody responds. If you just kill, you cry and you bury your victim, and that is all. There are securities. When we meet them, they say they are waiting for others to go. You'll be left at the mercy of God.
And now to politics. Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doediri on Monday pledged to deliver 99% of votes for President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general elections. Governor Diri made the pledge in Yenagoa at the ceremony to officially welcome him to the All Progressive Congress. The vice president, who represented President Tinubu at the occasion, said Governor Diri's defection to the APC is a symbol of progress and unity. The event was attended by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and several other governors. Governor Diri resigned from the PDP on 15 October 2025 following extensive consultations. And now the suspended National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Samuel Ayamo, wants the Independent National Electoral Commission chairman, Professor Joash Amobito, to recognize Mohammed Abdurrahman as the acting national chairman of the PDP. In a letter written to the commission on Monday, Ayawo said the PDP NWC took the decision during its NWC meeting held on November 1st, 2025. It claimed that the decision to appoint Abdurrahman Mohammed, who was the vice chairman, North Central, is in line with the constitution of the PDP, and as a result of the suspension of the acting national chairman. This decision comes after Ayawo Abdurrahman and other party chieftains loyal to Nyesom Wike, accompanied by security personnel, took over the office of the national chairman, Omar Damagum. We're going on a quick break. When we return, we will tell you about the situation between Sowore and the police, as well as the killing in Obiakpo International Market. Do stay with us. And now the rest of the news. The Lagos State Police Command has declared activist and politician Muonyili wanted over alleged plans to incite public disorder and obstruct major roads across the state. Commissioner of Police Olohundare Jimo announced this on Monday while addressing journalists at the Iyanowuru end of the 3rd Mainland Bridge. He said Sowore should surrender at the nearest police station or face arrest wherever he is found. Now back here in River State, there was tension on Monday at the Obiabo International Market along SARS Road in Rukmoko after a livestock trader, Ejike Ayadike, was reportedly killed by a group of traders from the north in the market. Now, eyewitnesses say the incident occurred around 11 a.m. on Sunday following a disagreement over 500 naira. They say the attackers, who were more than 20, stabbed Ejike multiple times with daggers. The traders, mostly women, told a correspondent that they were too frightened to intervene. They said a man who tried to rescue Ejike was also stabbed in the ribs and is currently in a critical condition. The women are calling for urgent government intervention, saying they no longer feel safe in the market due to the violent activities of these traders, whom they also accused of dealing in illicit drugs behind the market.
One don't die, one is still there for hospital, for coma. They leave our market. For us, so that peace go rain. For now, they don't shut down our market. So one piece, women they cry. Since yesterday, where this boy died, they start this boy everywhere. More than 20 people gather this boy.
They have small issues. They begin to pursue the boy as well. So they pursue the boy of war, they begin to mash them down.
That was on Sunday. So everybody, not everybody that come to market. They said they were dragging 500 naira. We cannot leave our things and meet it the following morning. Breaking our show, stealing our things. We don't need them again in this market. We don't need them. They're back there. They're selling drugs, eyes everywhere. So we don't need them again. Let them go. Leave us alone.
They say uncle, cocaine, all types of drugs.
The chairman of the Traders Union at the SARS market, CP Oburu, said Ejike was pronounced dead on Sunday at the Rukmoko Primary Healthcare Center.
When I got the call while I was in the church, I ran down to the scene of crime and I discovered that he was not having life in him. The doctor confirmed me dead when we rushed him to the hospital. So from there we went to the police. When I met the DPO said we should take the body to the mortuary. So the DPO gave us a patrol team. We returned back this morning. The market women staged protest to the council.
Now, he said the police and the Obiabo local government chairman have since sealed the market and made several arrests. According to him, the market will remain closed until further notice.
We met at the council. The local government promised to make a quick intervention to arrest the situation and to get the people involved arrested. He sent men. We have troops here, men from civil defense, DSS, anti-cultism, Rumokoro special area. We have been able to make arrests of some persons and now the place is calm. For now, the market is under key for the moment until further notice.
When our correspondent visited the scene, the suspected traders were not seen around the market. And now the chairman of Ikwere local government area, Charles Nwobodo, has warned traders against displaying their goods on walkways and road medians around Iguruta roundabout and its environs. Speaking during an inspection visit to the Iguruta market on Monday, Nwobodo expressed displeasure that traders have abandoned designated market spaces to sell on the road despite repeated warnings. He said the warning applies not only to traders in Iguruta but also to Omagwa, Elele and Alo market. He described the act as a public nuisance that obstructs the free flow of traffic, adding that his administration will not hesitate to arrest and prosecute offenders in line with relevant laws.
I have come here once during the sanitation time and informed them, please, you need to move inside the market so that motorists can have their way. Now, I did that and I was so surprised that when I came, the whole place was still the same thing. So I have to take it up myself to make sure I clear the road and inform them next time I come here, I will be arresting them. Very risky thing to them, where somebody will be on main road buying and selling. I'm sure that you have seen with yourself what we have done here today. And anybody who has been passing has been praising that we did well. And that's what I want to achieve.
The Ikwere Council boss also cautioned motorists against illegal parking.
I don't want to be seeing any illegal parking. People park on the main road and go inside. We are creating enough space for everybody to park. So when you want to park, you park in and you go and do whatever you want to do. You want to do the business of the day, you go your way. Then parking and people struggling to park. I know I've had one or two incidents here where a trailer has to press a car struggling to pass. I won't allow that to happen. As I'm finishing with the Grita and going to Omagwa, by tomorrow I'll go to Alo. By the next day I'll go to Elele. All these areas that they are creating congestions, I will discongest them myself before the marshals will start their work. And that I have decided this week.
Correspondent Makotoka reports that the chairman also announced that he will inaugurate all council appointees today, Tuesday, by 2 p.m. at the Ikwere Local Government Secretariat. And now, the Ngwe royal family of Oyorokoto community in Andoni local government area has warned members of the public against engaging in illegal sale or purchase of land along the Ngo Atlantic Oyorokoto road access. In a statement signed by Chief-elect Rokik I. John, Comrade Isaac Orata, and Abi Adasi Danderson, the CDC chairman, the royal family, cautioned that it has not approved any allocation of land pending the completion of the ongoing road project and proper planning of the area. The statement further stressed that anyone who acquires or transacts in such land does so at his or her own risk. Meanwhile, the Ngwe royal family, chiefs, elders, women, youth, and the entire Oyorokoto community have expressed appreciation to Governor Siminalayi Fubara for the award of the Ngo Atlantic Oyorokoto Road project and the assurance of its speedy completion. Moving on now, the Ogbako Eche has planned to introduce an accountability forum where political office holders from Eche will be required to give periodic account of their stewardship to the people while in office. President General Ogbako Eche Silas Ayamo made this known when he led Ogbako Eche executive, including the elders and opinion leaders of Eche, on a courtesy visit to the chairman of Eche Local Government Council, Chima Boniface Njoko. Dr. Ayawo said under the Accountability Forum, political office holders, particularly chairman of both Eche and Omoma Local Government Council, will have the opportunity of telling their people what they did with their federal allocation. He said the Eche people have the right to know how their commonwealth is being utilized, as every kobo of the council belongs to them, while the council chairman serves as the trustees to the fund. Now, the President General of the group urged other public office holders in Eche to key into the initiative and showcase the achievement recorded in their respective offices. The President General lauded the developmental initiatives of the Eche Council Chairman, particularly his rural electrification program and the transformation of the Okehi Council Secretariat, which he said was in total mess before the chairman's assumption of office. He also commended the Eche Council boss for intervening in the various chieftaincy and communal disputes, assuring that Ogbako Eche is prepared to collaborate with him in finding lasting peace in the affected communities.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
A strong earthquake on Monday killed at least 20 people in northern Afghanistan. The incident happened just months after another deadly tremor that left the country reeling. The 6.3 magnitude quake struck overnight at a depth of 28 kilometers, with the epicenter near the city of Mazar-e-Sharif, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. On the news this morning, you heard the federal government has again pushed back U.S. genocide claim. Pro-Wike loyalists have taken over PDP Secretariat and demanded INEC's recognition. The police have declared activist Muonyili Sowore wanted. A trader has been stabbed to death in Obiabo International Market. On the foreign scene, earthquake has killed 20 people in Afghanistan. The news was edited by Onyeka Chimosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Muonyili. Many thanks for listening.